Namaste to all. Welcome to the online classes of Vivekananda Pre-University College. I am Shruti. We are dealing with the topic relations and functions. In the last class we had discussed about the miscellaneous exercise, and today in this class we are going to discuss the miscellaneous exercises. Okay? Miscellaneous exercise. We have some problems. Let's try to solve the problems. The first problem is the relation F is defined by relation F is defined by how? F of x is equal to, it is defined like this, f of x is equal to x square 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3, and f of x is equal to 3x if x lies between 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10. This is how the relation f is defined. And one more relation, the relation G okay, G is another relation, is defined by how? It is defined by how it is defined? G of x is equal to, it is also defined like x square if x lies between 0 and 2, okay, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2, and one more function value, relation, that is 3x if x lies between 2 and 10. Okay, this is how two relations f and g are defined. The question is, show that f is a function and g is not a function. The question is, you should show that f is a function where g is not a function. Show that f is a function but g is not a function. What do you need to do? What is a function? Function is a special type of relation where every element of the domain should have one and only one image, right? So, what we need to do? We need to show that f is a function and g is not a function. See, f of x is defined, how the relation f is defined? It is given by f of x is equal to, we have two function values for f or relation x square if x is greater than or equal to 0 less than or equal to 3, and f of x is equal to 3x if 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10. These are the two values for f. Now, see whether we get one and only one image for every element of the domain. Look at this. See, x square is well defined, right? So, we get only one and only one image for every x between 0 to 3. 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3, we get only one and only one image for any x between 0 and 3. Similarly, we get one and only one image, that is 3x. If we take f of x is equal to 3x also, for any x between 3 and 10, we get the one and only one image for 3x also, right? Now, where do we get the problem here? See, here also we have 3, here also we have 3. So, ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡು values x equal to 3 ಗೆ ಎರಡು function values ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So, what we shall do now? Let's check. What happens if x is equal to 3? According to this definition, f of x is equal to x square, x is equal to 3, that is 3 square. 3 square is 9. Okay? According to the second definition, when x is equal to 3, what is my f of x? F of x is equal to 3x, that is 3 into 3, which is again 9. So, what we get? We get the function value to be same. So for x is equal to 3 also we get one and only one function value. What does that imply? That implies that f is a function. So we get that f is a function. F is a function. Why? Because every element of the domain gives one and only one image. So we get that f is a function. Now what about the second relation g? Let's look at that. G is defined like g of x is equal to x square if x lies between 0 and 2. 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. Then f of x is, sorry, g of x is x square and g of x is equal to 3x if 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10. Right, this is how g is defined. Now look at the domain. See, here also I have 2, here also I have 2. So again, for any x between 0 and 2, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2, x square will give you one and only one image for any x. Similarly, 3x also gives the one and only one image. So what you need to do now? You should check for x is equal to 2. When x is equal to 2, g of x will be, according to the first definition, what will be my g of x? G of x is x square, x is equal to 2, that is 2 square, that is the function, g of x would be equal to 2 square, that is 4 I get. And what happens if x is equal to 2 in the second definition? If I put x is equal to 2 in the second definition, what I'll get? I'll get g of x to be equal to 3 into x, 3 into 2, that is 6. So what I get here? I'll get 2 comma 4 is an ordered pair here for g and 2 comma 6 is also an ordered pair. Okay, look at this. These are two distinct ordered pairs. Okay, and with the same first element, we have same first element for these two, that is the single element 2 is mapped to 4 as well as 6. So what we get? So we get that g is not a function. Okay, clear? This is how we need to verify. I hope this is clear for you. So f of x is a function and g of x is not a function. Okay, this is about the first problem. Moving on, the second problem is it is given that f of x is equal to, if f of x is equal to x square, okay, then what we need to do? We need to find f of 1.1 minus f of 1 divided by 1.1 minus 1. Okay, simple, just the calculation. The solution, we have f of x is equal to x square. Okay, now what we need to find? We need to find f of 1.1 minus f of 1 divided by 1.1 minus 1. That is f of 1.1 minus f of 1 divided by 1.1 minus 1. Okay, what is f of x? F of x is x square. So f of 1.1 is 1.1 square minus 1 square, right, divided by 1.1 minus 1. What is 1.1 square? 11 square, that is 121, that is 1.21. We have points here, so 1.21 we get 1.1 square minus 1 divided by 1.1 minus 1. What is that? That is 0.21 divided by, in the denominator I have 0.1. What does that imply? That implies that the answer is 2.1. Okay, fine. This is how you need to calculate the value of the given thing, okay, using the function. Okay, I hope this is clear now. This is about the second problem. Coming to the third one. Third problem is, find the domain of the function. The function is, find the domain of the function f of x is equal to, it is a rational function, x square plus 2x plus 1. In the denominator what I have? X square minus 8x plus 12. This is the given function. You need to calculate the domain of the function. What is the domain? What is the domain? It is a set of all first elements in a relation, ordered pair relation, right? Here, the set of all x, values of x for which the function is well defined. That is known as domain, okay? The function should be well defined. Those x for which the function is well defined are known as the set of domains. Okay. It is a set domain. Okay. We have f of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 divided by x square minus 8x plus 12. If you have some rational function, what we need to look at? We need to look at the denominator. That is, denominator must not be equal to 0. Okay. Verify that. We have x square minus 8x plus 12, when this would be equal to 0. Let's factorize it, okay. That is equal to, see, p plus q is equal to minus 8 and p into q is equal to 12. Then p is equal to what? Q is equal to what? How to factorize this you have studied in the high school itself. Tell me. 6 and 2. And here minus 6 into minus 2 is plus 12, and minus 6 minus 2 is equal to minus 8. So, this is the required P and Q. So, I will factorize 6x minus 2x plus 12, that is equal to x common x minus 6 minus 2 into x minus 6, that is, what does that imply? X minus 6 into x minus 2. This is how I can factorize the denominator of the given function. Now, the denominator should not be equal to 0. What does that imply? That is, if the denominator is equal to 0, I will get x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 6, right? Okay, I should exclude 2 and 6 so that my denominator will not be equal to 0. So, what is the domain? Domain of the function is, domain of f is set of all real numbers R minus the set 2, 6. This is how you need to calculate the domain of the given function. I hope this is clear for you. Okay, domain is, it is a set of all x for which the function is well defined. Okay, this is how you need to find the domain of a given function. I hope this is clear now. Okay. If you have the rational function, you should look at the denominator of that function, and in order to say that the function is well defined, what we need to have? We need to have the denominator which is non-zero. Denominator should not be equal to 0. So, you should factorize the denominator and get the values of x for which the denominator vanishes. Okay? The value of x is 6 and 2 for which the denominator vanishes in this case. So, you need to exclude those two values from the set of all real numbers. I hope this is clear. So, moving on to the next problem. The next problem is, find the domain and range of the real function f defined by, find the domain and the range, both you should calculate. You should find domain and the range okay, of the real function f, okay, defined by, how is it defined? F of x is equal to square root of x minus 1. Okay, square root of x minus 1. This is the function. Now, first first look at the domain of this function. We have f of x to be equal to square root of x minus 1. Just look at the domain of this function. Domain is the set of all x for which the function is well defined. In order to be well defined, this function in order to be well defined, what are the x values of x? Look at this, it is a square root function, okay. For the square root to be well defined, we should have the term inside this square root should be greater than or equal to 0, right. So, what I need to have? I need to have x minus 1 should be greater than or equal to 0, okay. Then only my function is well defined, okay. What does that imply? X is greater than or equal to 1, okay. Then my domain is, therefore, domain of the function f is nothing but set of all x greater than or equal to 1. Set of all x belongs to R such that x is greater than or equal to 1. Or I can write like, how can I write this? In intervals, it is 1 included, closed interval 1 comma infinity, right. This is the domain of the function f. I hope you are clear with this. Now coming to the range. What is the range? What are all the values this f of x has? That set is known as range set of the function. See, how can I calculate that? See, I have y is equal to f of x. F of x is, in this case, square root of x minus 1. That is, y is equal to square root of x minus 1. Squaring on both the sides, what I get? Y square is equal to x minus 1. Okay. What does that imply? Y square, I will take minus 1 to this side, y square minus plus 1 is equal to x I will get. And I know that this x should be greater than or equal to 1 in order to get the well defined function. See, I have the domain of x, the domain of f to be x greater than or equal to 1. I have x to be equal to y square plus 1. So, y square plus 1 must be greater than or equal to 1, okay. Y square plus 1 is greater than or equal to 1. Now, look at that. How? What does that imply? Y square is greater than or equal to, I will take 1 to the other side. What does that imply? That gives me y square is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. What does that imply? That implies that y is greater than or equal to 0 and, right, y is greater than or equal to 0 I get. Okay. This is how I get the range of the function. So, range is 0 comma infinity. This is the range of the function f of x is equal to square root of x minus 1. Okay. I hope this is clear now. Coming to the next problem. The next problem is find the domain and range of the real function. Again it is to find the domain and range of the function. Fifth one, find the domain okay, and range of the function and range of the real function f, okay, domain and range of the function f defined by f of x is equal to modulus of x minus 1, okay. The function is defined like this, f of x is equal to modulus of x minus 1, right. What we need to do? We need to find the range and domain and range of the function. Now just tell me when this modulus is well defined. It is well defined for all the real numbers, right? So what I'll get? I get the domain to be equal to, domain of the function f is equal to the whole set R, set of all real numbers, okay? Now what is the range? Range of the function. I have y is equal to f of x, y is equal to f of x is nothing but modulus of x minus 1, okay? Look at this. See, I can have any value real number for x, okay? If I have, what is the least number here possible? Look at, you should know one thing. See, modulus function is never negative, okay? Modulus of any function, modulus function is never negative. It is non-negative function, okay? So, the least value of this is equal to 0, okay? This least value is equal to 0. When it will be equal to 0? If x is equal to 1, then modulus of x minus 1, that is modulus of 1 minus 1, that is 0. So, when x is equal to 1, I will get 0 here. If x is equal to minus 1, what I will get? Then minus 1 is minus 2, modulus of minus 2 is 2. So, least value of this function is nothing but 0. So, range of f is closed interval 0, closed 0, open infinity, right? This is non-negative function. So, that is why I get this as the range of the function. This is about the fifth problem. Now, coming to the, I hope this is clear for you now, okay? Now, coming to the next problem. So, let us move on to the next problem, that is, the question is, sixth problem, let f is equal to the ordered pair x comma x square divided by 1 plus x square such that x belongs to R. This is how they have given the function. This be a function from R to R. This is the function from R to R. Determine the range of f. We need to determine the range of f. Okay. Now, see, look at the function. How is it? It is given like, you already know that function is a special type of relation. So, that is why we have ordered pair here. Okay. Here, what does this imply? This implies x goes to x square divided by 1 plus x square. See, the function is f of x is equal to x square divided by 1 plus x square for every x belongs to R. This is how the function is defined. See, first look at the domain of the function. What is the domain? Domain is set of all x for which the function is well defined. When can you say that the function is well defined here? This whole thing is, that should be well defined. How? The denominator should not be equal to 0. Look at the denominator. We have 1 plus x square in the denominator. Whatever my x is, this will not be equal to 0. See what happens if it is equal to 0? This is equal to 0 only if x square is minus 1. Whether can I get the x square to be minus 1 here? No. So, that is why denominator is always non-zero. So, that is why the whole thing is well defined. So, what is my domain here? Domain is set of all real numbers. That is about the domain. So, we get that set of all real numbers is the domain of this function. Now, let us move on to the range of this function. How can we find the range of this function? See, I have y is equal to f of x. What is f of x? What is my f of x? F of x is x square divided by 1 plus x square, right? That is, by cross multiplying, I will get y into 1 plus x square is equal to x square I will get, okay? That implies y plus y x square is equal to x square, okay? I will take this yx square to the other side. What will be? Y is equal to x square minus yx square. Okay. That implies y equal to, I can take x square common. So, x square common 1 minus y I get. Okay. After this I will keep x square here itself and will take the 1 minus y to the other side. What does that imply? X square is equal to y divided by 1 minus y I will get. Okay. Now, this implies that x is equal to square root of y divided by 1 minus y. This is my x. Now, see, I know the domain of this function is R, set of all real numbers. So, x should belong to R. That is the only condition I have for the domain. So, here x in terms of y is square root of y divided by 1 minus y. What does that imply? That implies that this x should belong to R. Okay. Similarly, the right hand side, that should belong to R, that is y divided by 1 minus y. Square root of this thing should be a real number. Okay. When this will be a real number? When this whole thing should be greater than or equal to 0, right? This should be greater than or equal to 0. That is y divided by 1 minus y should be greater than or equal to 0. I will split it into two cases. That is, one thing is y divided by 1 minus y is equal to 0, and other thing is y divided by 1 minus y is greater than 0. First case, y divided by 1 minus y equal to 0. When will we get such a case? When the numerator is 0. So, y should be equal to 0 in this case. In this case, see, look at a number of the form p by q. Okay. When can we say that this number is greater than 0? When both the number in the numerator as well as in the denominator, if both are positive, then the whole thing would be positive, right? And one more case we get, that is both the numbers, that is both in the numerator and denominator, if we get both are negative, then also we get that the quotient is greater than 0, that is quotient is positive. So, we get two cases. One is, okay, I will write here. One case is y divided by 1 minus y should be equal to 0. The other case is y divided by 1 minus y is greater than 0. Okay. This case gives us y is equal to 0. Here two cases again, that is numerator is greater than 0, that is positive, and denominator is also positive. This is one case. Or numerator is negative and the denominator is also negative. Okay. These are the two cases, y greater than 0, 1 minus y greater than 0, y less than 0, 1 minus y less than 0. What happens here? Y greater than 0, and I will take minus y to the other side. What will be the, what will I get? Y less than 1. Okay. Y greater than 0, y less than 1. Here y less than 0, and what I will get here? Y greater than 1. Now look at the number line. See, we have 0, 1 here. Okay. Y should be greater than 0 here and less than 1. That is y greater than 0 and less than 1. That is open interval 0, 1. Okay. Y belongs to the open interval 0, 1. Look at this. Y should be less than 0. That is, y can take all the values here, and y is strictly greater than 1. How can that be possible? The intersection of that two, whether it is possible? No. So, this case is ruled out here. So, this case is ruled out, and either y is equal to 0. So, I am left with y is equal to 0, and one more thing is y belongs to the open interval 0, 1. That is 0 less than y less than 1. What does that imply? Intersection of these two will give me y belongs to 0, 1, closed 0, open 1, that is 0 less than or equal to y strictly less than 1. So y belongs to 0, 1. So the range of this function is, what is the range? Range is closed 0, open 1. This is the range of the function given here.